probably think you know Mr. Rogers. Cardigans, kindness, childhood trust bundled in a soft-spoken man who changed lives with puppets and a piano. But on October 13th, 1981, live during a taping of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, something happened that PBS has spent 4 decades trying to erase. An accident so horrifying, so moist, it nearly destroyed the neighborhood of make-believe and physically displaced 3 puppeteers. This is not a joke. This isn't some kind of bit. This is the true story of the time Mr. Rogers clogged his toilet on air and corn water flooded the set. It was supposed to be a simple episode. Fred Rogers had just returned from a trip to Iowa, where he'd filmed a wholesome segment on sustainable agriculture, and he politely declined a bowl of loose chili at a gas station. That morning, he entered the studio, laced up his sneakers, and announced that today's lesson would be about how plumbing works. Irony doesn't just exist, my friends. It plans. Production notes show the original script included a gentle toilet flush, a factory tour of pipe manufacturing, and a felt puppet named Clarence the Clog. But then came the unscheduled bathroom break. Fred excused himself mid-scene with the phrase,
"Sometimes our bodies need to take a little moment, just like our feelings."
It was supposed to be private. It wasn't.
The real make-believe was thinking one flush would be enough.
The studio toilet, a functioning set piece, wasn't connected to Pittsburgh City sewage at the time. Instead, it fed into a makeshift sump tank, rigged by an underpaid stagehand named Larry, who also got to push the go button on the trolley if things were slow. Fred used this toilet. Then he flushed it. Then he flushed it again. That second flush was the declaration of war. The tank couldn't handle the mess, the pressure, or the unholy density of Midwestern fiber-rich breakfast followed by 3 cobs of creamed corn. What emerged was a high-pressure geyser of lukewarm sewage, tinted yellow-brown and speckled with floating vegetable matter. Multiple cameras captured the moment. Fred's reaction was immediate. He tried to stay calm, murmuring,
"Sometimes messes happen inside us and outside us."
But the floor was already soaked. Lady Aberlin slipped. Daniel Tiger screamed and ran. Archival audio reveals the faint but panicked sound of a tech yelling, "Jesus Christ, it's in the goddamn train tracks!" It would take 9 full minutes for the backflow to stop, and for the neighborhood to fall silent.
They say it smelled like soup, a hearty organic Midwestern soup.
The footage never aired, but it existed. 3/4-inch tape on a shelf in a warehouse, gathering dust, labeled simply EP127, the incident. Rumors spread fast. Crew were told to sign NDAs. King Friday was written off for 2 weeks to recover from emotional sewage exposure. In a 1985 interview, Rogers himself only addressed this event once, calling it
An unexpected reminder that being human can be humbling.
PBS Insurance paid out over $48,000 in damages, mostly for puppets, carpets, and trauma counseling. To this day, the only surviving physical evidence is a single pair of waterlogged Keds, preserved in a vacuum-sealed case in an undisclosed Pittsburgh archive. But in the deepest corners of the internet, among AV nerds and rogue historians, the legend remains. The day Fred Rogers, America's softest man, shit his legacy into live broadcast history.
Every neighborhood has a dark alley. His just had a bidet at the end of it.
Mr. Rogers always said he liked us just the way we are. But he didn't mean ankle-deep in fermented corn piss.
The man introduced children to empathy, and accidentally to the concept of wastewater management via Asblast Geyser. A pioneer. Thanks for watching this educational sewage leak. New episodes drop whenever dignity clogs the pipe and shame starts to back up. Subscribe if you've ever seen corn twice. Or don't. Mr. Rogers is still disappointed in you either way.